Beautiful craftsmanship. Got a talented smith.
Not I. King Erland on Craite did.
Erland Stonefist? So this is Winter's Blade. Thought it was a legend.
Forged in Mahakam, tempered in dragon fire. Been in the Craite family for centuries. And now, it's yours.
I can't take this.
You can. You must. Let me do this much at least.
If you insist. Thank you.
May it serve you well. Send those specters back where they came from.
That's my intention.
Welcome back to another Witcher lore video, guys. So recently I realised that there was one aspect of Witcher lore that I haven't really gone into at all. I mean, I did touch on it lightly in my Wild Hunt video, but I've never made a video fully dedicated to this part of the Witcher universe. And this part of the universe that I'm referring to is of course Skellige. So I was thinking about videos to make, and I decided to make a new mini-series known as the Clans of Skellige. So in this series, I'll make a video on each of the clans of Skellige, and these episodes will probably be fairly short, some will be longer than others, and they're just going to be a fun thing for me to do. And also lets me cover this part of the Witcher universe in some way, of course. So in these videos, I'm just going to be giving you a general overview of the clan that I decide to cover on that video, and the individual members of these clans that are quite prominent in the games will of course get their own character videos like every other prominent character in this universe. So I'm not going to be talking too much about them. These videos are just about the clans and how they're set up and how they work. So to start this series off strong, I've decided to discuss the clan that I imagine most of you will recognise more than any of the other clans. This is because they're quite prominent in the games, particularly The Witcher 3, and this is of course Clan Craite. So, let's begin with the origins of this clan. Legend has it that this clan began when Craite, which I think is how you say his name, who is the son of Hemdall and Halin, carved the Craite keep from a large boulder. And you'll know this keep, it's the keep at Citadel. I'll go over that later in the video as that is quite important to this clan. So this clan's Jarls rule over the northern part of Skellige, which is the largest of the 6 Skellige Isles. And they do this from their ancestral home of the Citadel in Craite. So we also know that from a quote taken from the Gwent art book, Clan Craite is described as being the second most powerful clan in all of Skellige, and the most important ally of the long-time throne holders, Clan Tuirsect. And just as a slight interjection there are many ways to pronounce that word it seems. A lot of people say Tuirsect, but I believe it is Tuirsect. That clan being arguably the most powerful clan. I mean, of course, after the events of The Witcher 3, you could argue that Craite becomes the most powerful, but yet again, it's still all up in the air. So the colours of red and black adorn their shields, sails, and tartans, and this is paired with the 3 black longships that are used on their clan's emblem, which you can probably see from the image I've got on screen. So you may be wondering the significance of the longships, and they're used to symbolise the strength of the Craites at sea. So I briefly mentioned this earlier, but I would now like to discuss the Citadel in Citadel. So this Citadel acts as Skellige's main stronghold, and as I said earlier, the seat of the Jarls of Clan Craite. So the Citadel itself is located above the large harbour town of Craite, which is the place in which Geralt saw King Bran's funeral, in case you can't remember where that is. So a fun fact about the Citadel is if you travel to the upper parts of it, you can almost see the entirety of Skellige. If you look to the far west, you can see Spikerog, and then if you look to the east, you can also see Undvig and Hindisfjall. And then if you want to see Faro, or Faro, I'm not quite sure how to say that one, I think it's Faro, you would have to travel to the top of one of the towers and then look south. So you may be wondering why I gave you that little fact that you can see pretty much everywhere in Skellige from this keep. And the reason I told you this is because this actually gives the Citadel a very strategic advantage against the other clans. As if Clan Craite can see every other clan's location, they'll know if they're about to be attacked, because mainly Skelligans invade by sea. And because they're isles, obviously they'll have to get across the water to then attack, so they obviously have to use boats for that. But being able to see anything, it's very difficult to sneak attack them. So as I mentioned earlier, this keep was also carved out of the mountain, and this was supposedly by Grimjar, and a stone bridge is also there which connects it to the main isle. And if you were to go inside this citadel, you would see great stone chambers, banquet halls, and decorated walls, all following the custom of Skellige, of course. So something interesting about Clan Craite is that it does actually have an ancestral family blade, and this is a blade known as Winter's Blade. This blade has been in the Craite family for a long time and was said to have even been forged in Mahakam and then tempered in dragonfire. And the original owner of this blade was Erland Craite, and he was the legendary monarch who ruled Skellige for centuries prior to 1272. And for a long time this blade was hung up on the wall in the Jarl's room at Caer Trolde, but then was eventually given to the Witcher Geralt of Rivia by Craite Craite. So the notable members of this clan include Erland Craite, Harold Craite, Craite Craite, Hjalmar Craite, Ragnar Craite, Loki Craite, Ceres Craite, and Craite's mother. And she was actually a member of Clan Tuirsect before she married into the Craites. So as I mentioned earlier, Skellige has Jarls, and the leader of each clan is the Jarl of their selected area. So for example, the leader of the Craite family would rule over Upper Skellige. And as of starting The Witcher 3, the leader of Upper Skellige, and therefore the Jarl, is Craite Craite. And now I'm going to move on to spoiler territory, guys. I'm going to continue with that point about the Jarls, but I'm going to have spoilers now. So just in case you haven't played The Witcher 3 or you plan to play it at some point, I'd recommend skipping to the end of the video now. So the reason I say the Jarl as of starting The Witcher 3 is because Craite Craite, as you all will know of having played the game, dies. He is killed by Eredin in the final battle, and I believe the Jarl after him would either be Hjalmar or Ceres, as they're his children. So before I finish off today's video, I just want to quickly talk about the outcome of this clan after The Witcher 3. So in one outcome of The Witcher 3, Hjalmar Craite becomes king. And this arguably makes the Craite family the most powerful in all of Skellige, and what Hjalmar does when he becomes king is that he allows the people of Skellige to continue raiding the mainland's coast. So another outcome is that Ceres Craite becomes queen of the Isles, and under Ceres' rule again, the Craite family arguably becomes the most powerful in all of Skellige, and Skellige will then see newfound peace and prosperity under her rule. Because her goal as a ruler is to ensure that her people feel comfortable and feel safe, and she thinks that this is important above all else. However, Skellige no longer do any coastal raids, which honestly I'm not a big fan of because I like the fact that they're Vikings and they do all these raids and it's like a big part of the Skelligen culture. I do like the fact she's modernized it, but I also quite like the fact that with Hjalmar it kind of maintains that thing about Skellige that we all love. And there's actually one final ending in which the Craite family doesn't really go anywhere. So if Geralt ignores the secondary quests, the King's Gambit and Clan Craite, Svanrige Bran will become King of Skellige. And it's not entirely known what happens to the Craite family, but as we know, if Geralt doesn't help Hjalmar or Ceres, they won't be able to restore the honour in their family, so I imagine they'll probably be quite a shunned clan if he becomes king. Anyway, that's all the endings for The Witcher 3 for Clan Craite, so yeah, let's get into the end of the video. So finally, to finish off today's video on this awesome Skelligen clan, I'm just going to read one quote from the clan's elder. "We are on Craite. What others buy with gold, we buy with our lifeblood." And I think that quote there pretty much summarizes the attitude of this clan. And as you know from meeting them in game, the people in this clan are just great. But anyway guys, I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. I honestly had so much fun recording this video and gathering all the information, as I really like Skellige and of course Clan Craite. It's just been such a fun thing to make. I remember the first time you go to Skellige, it's a completely different environment to everywhere else you've been in the Witcher universe. That's the same feeling you get when you first go to Toussaint. I just think it's honestly amazing. I really liked going to Skellige. But yeah, if you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to click the like button, as these videos take a long time to make and clicking the like button just helps me out, so thank you if you decide to do that. And also be sure to subscribe if you're new and this is the first video you're finding on my channel. I do videos like this every few days and we have some fun doing that. I'm currently playing The Witcher 2, so if you've never played The Witcher 2, I'd recommend watching my playthrough, as that game is just awesome. Also, of course, be sure to follow me on Twitter. I mentioned I might do a Q&A soon, so be sure to follow me on there if you want to be able to see the tweet when I do it. And also be sure to follow me on Twitch, as I'm going to do some more games on there soon. I'm going to try and get round to it very soon. I've been planning it, so be sure to follow me on there if you want to get the notification for when I do go live. And of course, to end all these videos, a big thank you to the Patreon pledges. You guys are great. It's very kind what you guys do. If anybody here wants to become a Patreon pledger, wants to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, anything else, all the links are down in the description. It's really cool. So thank you all Patreon pledges. You guys are great. It's very kind what you do. And yeah, so thank you guys. Anyway guys, I hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have an awesome rest of the week.